When I first started this class, I honestly thought people management was mostly about leading teams and making sure things got done. But after this course, I realized it's way more complex than that. Managing people is definitely not easy. It's about finding a balance between setting boundaries, making people feel comfortable and supported, but at the same time being someone people listen to, respect, and trust. And I think that balance is probably one of the hardest parts of leadership. Before this class, I actually have a job where a big part of my role involved team coordination and people management. And to be honest, I was not fully prepared for it. At the moment, I was learning as I went. It definitely made me grow as a person and mature a lot. But now, after taking this class, I realized there were so many tools that could help me navigate those situations better. One of the biggest things I take away from this course is realizing that leadership is not just something that you're born with. There are actually frameworks, tools, and different leadership styles that can help you approach situations more efficiently. Sometimes leadership is not about having all the answers, but about understanding people better and knowing how to support them in the right way. I think one of the biggest things I realize is that in service design, dealing with people will be part of our everyday reality. We are constantly working with teams, stakeholders, and different perspectives, so naturally, not everything will always go smoothly. Sometimes there will be misunderstanding or friction, and I think that is why this class felt so valuable to me. Knowing that there are actually tools and frameworks to better understand what is happening behind those situations makes me feel more prepared. Instead of just reacting, I feel like now I have better understanding of how to approach team dynamics, difficult situations, and leadership in a more conscious way. Because at the end of the day, working with people will be part of our daily life. To be honest, I always saw myself as a project manager. I always wanted to coordinate teams and be in charge of leading a project. And as I mentioned before, I have done it in the past, but without the tools, without theory behind. And now that I have an idea of how people work, how leading and how leadership really works, I feel more comfortable and more confident on actually do this job as the correct way to do it. And I know it's not easy because leading with people is never easy. I have an idea of how to actually build an efficient team who can work in the human part but also doing what we need to do. Because at the end of the day, behind a really successful company or idea or project, there will always be people. Learning how to understand them and work with them might be one of the most valuable skills. Thank you, Inga, for the class and all this knowledge and all this time together. I really appreciate everything that you teach us.